Well, years ago, I put together this carry-all, or it's built on the carry-all frame that Kutter makes. You know, it's just a kind of an L-shaped frame, and you just bolt whatever you need on there. And it's a handy device, and I use it for hauling wood, but I'm also use it for hauling hay. And I'm ready to start picking up some of them bales. And for years, when I made this thing, my intention was always to put stake pockets on it, on the side, so that I can put, you know, a sideboard up about that high. Not so much for the wood, but for when I'm hauling bales, because it's really aggravating. You get a load of bales on there, and then you hit a little side hill, and they just slowly flop off. You know, they're tough enough picking up one time. You don't need to do it over again. But I had picked up stake pockets here and there at rummage sales and thrift stores, you know, and I gradually had 4 of them, but I could never seem to keep all 4 in the same location. Well, today, I finally got all 4 of them rounded up, and I actually have carriage bolts that are long enough to go all the way through from the outside, bolt into there. I put these short boards on to hold it when I'm hauling wood, you know, because then I kind of stack it like that. And then I use the dump cylinder on it. But for the hay bales, I need higher sideboards. I dumped them a couple times last year. And then you break bales and whatnot, you know, so. But I'm finally got everything rounded up. I'm putting stake pockets on. You know, and these, they're kind of a generic, they just go on with carriage bolts. Though in my case, I'm going to be using lag screws on the bottom. The carriage bolts on top go all the way through. But I'm going into the end grain on them 2x4s with some lags just to hold. The strain is really on the upper one. So that's what really matters. But there is an up and down on them. It says top, you know, because they're tapered. But then a regular 2x4 fits into them. And I got carriage bolts to make you know, a couple of cross pieces up on above here. So I'll finally get that after all these years. I will have her complete. But it was funny because, you know, a lot of times, oh, I'd find one. Well, then I find another one. Then I'd lose the other one, you know. And I was starting to wonder if I actually owned 4 of them. But today, I found one of them was in the toolbox on the tractor. 2 of them were in the pickup, and 1 was in the M37. So I got them all rounded up. And I had a pile of lag bolts, and the long carriage bolts. I have, you know, carriage bolts, like this is all held together with carriage bolts. It's a good thing to keep on hand. There's a lot of stuff you can do with a carriage bolt. You know, they're just, like I say, a good thing to have on hand. And normally in this kind of deal, you know, you run them through, washer, lock washer, tighten them down. Then I take the grinder and knock the end off, and then take a hammer and round, you know, peen that end over so they don't come loose again. And then you don't have that sharp edge to catch on anything. But that'll be good. If it saves me having to pick them up one time, you know, because that is aggravating when you're going on a little bit of a side hill and you slowly see your load tip and boom, down they go. Well, I think I got that problem cured.